Speaker, my question is directed to the Minister for Local Government, Housing and Environment. Can the Minister confirm if an environment impact assessment of the sewerage spill from the burst water and sewerage pipes in Nabua has been made? And if in the affirmative, when can the report be made available to the House?
Thank you. The Honourable Minister for Local Government, Housing and Environment.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise to respond to the question 16/2015 on today's order paper directed to me. At the outset, I'm somewhat not clear on the question that has been raised, because as far as I'm concerned, the EIA is carried out for a development. This Act states what EIA basically means. But if honorable member wants to come up with some other reports from me, I'm prepared to report. Because I think I'll be failing in my duty if I'm going to respond to something that is not wanted. Thank you.
Thank you. Supplementary question.
Sure enough, environmental impact assessment are required for development, but not always. Environment impact assessment, as the word says, you make an assessment of a situation which affects the environment. So you don't need it for development only. It is necessary for this one. And the Honourable Minister for Public Utilities has left all the stakeholders who came in to contribute. And the first thing that you'll always look to is an impact assessment. How did this impact the environment? Was that done? Was that done, and where is that report?
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I'm happy that the honourable member stood up again and was talking about this issue. On Monday, when I made the ministerial statement, this was the same honourable member who questioned me that why there is a need for committee. Because in my ministerial statement, I said that there is a process to be followed. And the Act dictates that there has to be a committee. And in that committee, all stakeholders were involved, which he is trying to tell us now. Madam Speaker, going back to the question raised, let me read.
I know that. We know that.
Let me read, Madam Speaker.
Order, please.
Environmental impact assessment, or EIA, means the environment impact assessment of a development proposal. That's before. This is an accident. But as it is a matter of national interest, I will suggest to my good friend, if he can come up with another question on another report or assessment, I'm prepared to give. I'm not trying to hide anything. What is there to hide? Look, being a lawyer, you should know better. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker,
please allow the Minister to answer the question.
The declaration is in place. The gentleman, honourable member, is telling me to wear a shoe before I wear my socks. So once the declaration is lifted, there will be a report to this effect. And I assure this Parliament that I'm going to submit the report. Don't point me. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Sorry, supplementary question. You stood up previously. The Honourable Member.
I'd like to thank the Honourable Minister for his commitment to providing the report, and if you can give a time frame, because the question is on the health impact to the people, and this is very important. So the report must be tabled, it must be done with with the resources identified by the Ministry of Health to be able to address the health issues in that report. So I request that this report be tabled maybe in the next session, because it's a matter of urgent to the people of Fiji.
Thank you. This question is related to the report that has been answered by the Honourable
Madam Speaker,
Minister.
I will.
Oh, okay.